Good morning. So this is some of the damage that was done by the snow that we had recently. So the large rhododendron in here that's been brought down. So we've got a little trail that goes through here, and it's brought the branch off the elderberry on this side. And round this side, it is completely covering the path. You can only just about get past. Now, if it was me, I would be cutting this out and getting rid of it. As you can see, it's all full of bud. So the owner doesn't want to get rid of it just yet. He wants to see if I can stand it back up. I personally think it's a waste of time, but we'll give it a try. So I'm going to start by clearing some access into here, and then seeing if I can tie the two sides together, stand them back up. Personally, I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. Right, let's get you on the stand. Okay, so I've managed to clear a little bit of access. Out the way, ducks. So we just battle our way through into here. So in the middle here. Ooh, still getting stuff to poke me in the head. Right, so that's where we are. So that's most of it down there. And as you can see, it's in the middle there. It's just gone out in every single direction. So if I cut that down at the base, that'll all sprout out from there. You won't kill it, it's an established rhododendron. The main concern the owner has is he doesn't want this area to look open and bare. So looking at that lot, there's a lot of weight there. So to try and pull that back upright, I think I'll be fighting a losing battle. So if I remove some of the weight from that side, so it is lighter, but not so much as you can see all the way through, I might be able to get it to stand up slightly. And if I'm then able to still allow light into the base of this, it should still sprout from the base once the light gets down into it. So best of both worlds, he doesn't get it too open now, light still gets in and it regrows from the base, and then in a year or so's time I can cut the rest of it out. And it should all regrow from there. So yeah, let's go around that side and thin out over there. After actually taking a closer look at this, I'm realising that when you compare it to the other stuff, is incredibly yellow, and there doesn't appear to be any new growth on that. So I think there's actually a couple of dead or dying branches in here. They all seem to go back to the one main one under there. So again, I'm going to take that one right out to the base, because there's no point in trying to stand something back up if it's going to die anyway. And that'll give more light to the stuff that's still healthy. Right, let's get that out. So access isn't getting any easier. That appears to be the one that I was cutting, so let's carry on. So I'm definitely fighting the losing battle trying to stand it up. I'm going to carry on trying to trim it back, because some of it has fallen, some of it hasn't. So if I can get the stuff that hasn't fallen to be healthy and look good, then the stuff that has fallen will just have to go, and we just have to deal with it. So, right, let's carry on. Alright, I'll give some rope a go. I do feel this is a waste of time, but we'll try. Right. Oh dear. Right, well the rope didn't work at all. It just kept snapping, which wasn't good. But to be honest, I'm looking at this and there's bits here that aren't even attached to the ground anymore. So I think I'm just wasting my time. So I'm going to go for removing the bits that aren't attached to the ground and cutting it back. So yeah, let's see if I can get this bit out. So as you might have guessed, I did lose my temper a little bit with this. Biggest reason is the mud at the end of this path. So this was never actually intended as a proper path. Kids just pushed their way through, so we opened it up a little bit and left them to it. But this end has been getting increasingly muddy and my trousers are now absolutely filthy. So not the best working conditions. But other than that, the rhododendron that I've been trying to work on, because the owner doesn't like things being cut, it's just grown and grown, constantly competing with itself. So where we had that heavy snow the other day, it's literally ripped itself apart. So I've done the best I can. So I've been a little bit harsh on this side, but that does two things. It allows light in, because there are new shoots growing already at the base there. So that allows the light in for them to take off, and it also allows the light in to dry this path out. You've also got things like this yew tree here, and there's a holly there, and there's a hazel just down here as well, so they can start taking off as well. So hopefully this side won't take too long to actually fill in. And while that's growing, we can leave the other side to it. Because I've widened the path as best I can. I can't go any further into this without going into dead wood. It will resprout from dead wood, but if I'm going into that, I'm going to cut it right back at those joints back there. And if I was to do that now, that would open the view up all the way across, which the owner doesn't want. So the easiest thing to do would actually be move that post over and that post over slightly and just move the path. Because I can't stand this up. I'm going to do more damage to it trying to stand it up. I'm better off just leaving it is and trying to maintain what we've got for now. But yeah, so that's where this is going to be left. If I do the gravel on the path and move the path over, I will show you that. Or we'll see what the owner says. You never know, I might be lucky enough to cut the entire thing out. But yeah, the next two trees I've got to do are a little bit more interesting. So that's one of them over there in the middle of the lake, and that's the other one over there in the middle of the lake. But because they're in the lake, they're not disturbing customers, so I can get on with them whenever. So I'll probably leave them for a few days before I actually get round to those. Yeah. So yeah, I'll leave it there and I'll see you later. So yeah, to be honest, I didn't even bother asking the owner. I'm just going moving the path over. I just love how easy everything is. So the top of the post was going rotten, so I cut the very top off, and as I hit it, obviously the rot's carried on further down and it's just shattered it. So I've cut that off, so that'll support the rope nicely, and we just have to put a new sign, a new post in for our sign. But we need to redo those anyway, because they're getting to the point you can hardly read them anyway. So right, let's get some gravel down now. There we go, back to disabled width again. So once I get the tractor again, I might do a couple more loads on top of that. But that'll do for now. That just gets it so it's passable. And as I had a little bit left in the wheelbarrow, I did just scrape the mud off of here and chuck it down here. I'm not sure what to do with this bit, because like I say, we don't want to encourage people down here, but at the same time we don't want people turning up at the pancake house covered in mud. So I might put some more along here as well, but that'll do for now. Right, I'll see you next time.